Shalom.
Shalom.
We're the Hebrew Israelites back again with another lesson through the Spirit and power of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai. Before we begin this lesson, we're going to face the east, give all honor, praise, and glory unto Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai B'Hashem Rakah Kodash. Alright, double honors to the elders and the apostles that we learnt from. Alright, you already know who they are. And shalom to you, Akwaf, in order, meaning you Israelite sisters, you few Israelite sisters that may be watching. Shalom to you. And shalom to you Israelites scattered abroad, man. You Israelites that look like these other nations, you know. You might look like a so-called white man, Chinese man, or an Arab or whatever. But if your sea line goes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, you're a Hebrew Israelite, okay? So therefore, they can't call you a black Hebrew Israelite, because this ain't nothing to do with being black or so-called black, so-called white, man. Okay, it's not about color. And we teach this time and time again. Okay, it's about your seed line, where your seed line of your father goes back to, man. Okay, that's what determines whether you're a Hebrew Israelite, because being a Hebrew Israelite is not a religion, it's a nationality. Okay, so shalom to you Israelites scattered abroad that look like these other nations, and shalom means peace be unto you. All right, so we pray this lesson be edifying through the Spirit and power of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai. Yahweh being the name of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shai being the name of His only begotten Son, who the world ignorantly and stupidly calls Jesus Christ. Alright, those are the true names in the Paleo Hebrew. Alright, so we're going to speak on the times we're living in, you know, because as of late, you've got a lot of talk about these migrants coming over. First, they were complaining about the Venezuelans. Now, the focus seems to be shifted toward the Haitians, right? But either way, whether you're from Venezuela or you're from Haiti, you're still part of the 12 tribes, man. You're still an Israelite. And this is what the accuser of the brethren is trying to do. He's trying to rouse up spirits and hatred toward the tribes, man. Because, you know, all this genocide they're committing in Palestine and all that, they want to take the focus off of them and put it onto us, like we're the problem. And all you people that fall for the okie doke, man, and you're out there complaining about these migrants, you ain't got no reason to be complaining about these people that want to seek a better life for themselves. All right, always, and you Edomites are hypocrites, man. Always remember who the first colonizers were, man. It's that, you know, you're getting a taste of your own medicine and it don't feel good, does it, to have people come into your land and take over, you know? And that's what's happening, man. And it's laughable to us that know what's going on and thinking with a clear head. It's laughable, man. I think it's beautiful what the Lord is doing. He's stirring these devils up, man, giving them a taste of their own medicine, you know. But the focus is being shifted on these migrants right now, because apparently they're out there eating cats and dogs like crazy, and geese and stuff, man. When really that's just a few little, you know, a few little cases here and there of either voodoo going on or mental illness, whatever the case may be. You gotta be out of your damn mind to do something like that. But it ain't happening on the scale that they're trying to portray in the media. But you average idiot Americans, you fall for it every damn time, man. Anytime the media puts something in your face, it does wonders on you. It does exactly what they want it to do on you, man. Causes more division, more hatred, fuels more racial division, more separation, all of that, man. And eventually it's gonna get to the point where there is a civil war, because it's so easy to rouse you simpletons up, man. But these are the times we're living in, man. And you know, if you're in the right spirit, you'll be rejoicing at the downfall of Esau Edom and him squirming and complaining about his kingdom and all that, all his bitching, crying and whinging. It's funny, man. It's really funny, because it ain't nothing to do with us. Hey, man, we're just prophesying the downfall of this kingdom and waiting patiently on our Lord, man. We ain't getting involved in all this stuff that they're going through. That's their issues. That's the things they worry about. See, we don't get caught up with the affairs of this life, man. There's a precept that speaks on that. Let me bring that out quick, man. All right, this is the book of 2 Timothy, chapter 2 and verse 4. It says, "No man that warreth entangleth himself with the affairs of this life, that he may please him who have chosen him to be a soldier." So you didn't choose yourself to become a soldier of the Lord, a warrior of the end times. You know, us people that are in the truth right now. You didn't choose that. The Lord chose you, okay? There's a precept that speaks on that. Lord willing, we'll bring that up in a sec too. You have not chosen me, but I have chosen you, right? The scriptures speak on that. But the point is, in the beginning of that, let me read it again from the top, 2 Timothy 2:4. No man that warreth, right? Meaning no man that's at war, no soldier in a battle, right? Because we are at war right now, you know. It's a war of spiritual wickedness in high places. You know, we're warring against these elites, man. And we're not warring carnally by marching and protesting and voting. Get your vote in. You know, this election's very important. You know, as these average peons think, man. They don't know what's going on. They ain't no voting for these devils they throw in your face to fix things. They're all fulfilling the same agenda as these elites, man. That's what they want. It don't matter if it's Donald Trump. It doesn't matter if it's Kamala Harris. You ain't saving America, okay? America's through. So you got to jump overboard while you got the chance and start listening to the real leaders of the world, the Israelites, okay? The future rulers of this earth, the future elites. No man that warreth entangleth himself with the affairs of this life. So these damn migrants going around eating ducks, let them do that, man. Who cares, man? They're wreaking havoc. Who cares? As long as it ain't happening in your backyard, which I'm pretty sure ain't happening to none of the elect, because the Lord is covering them, man. These plagues are for these heathen. I've yet to hear about one of the elect, or one of the members of the hopeful elect, should I say, complaining about migrants in their area. They don't speak on that. You know, not from what I've heard. I mean, it might happen on a small level, but they ain't catching hell like these heathen and these devils, man. These people that have invested in this world, they're catching hell because they're seeing their world crumble. But this ain't our world. We know this ain't our rest. We don't care about what's happening in this world, man. You know, we don't care about getting out and voting and fixing things. That's not on our agenda. Our agenda is to prophesy the downfall of this place until it happens, man. So no man that warreth entangleth himself with the affairs of this life, that he may please him who have chosen him to be a soldier. And this is how you please the Lord, man. You don't get involved in politics. You ain't pleasing the Lord doing that. Scriptures speak about woe unto them that go into Egypt for help, trust in Pharaoh and the horses and stuff, man, because they are strong or whatever.
Yeah, I got a precept that you were just speaking on. Okay. You know, when you mentioned about, you know, Yahushua saying, you have not chosen me, but I have chosen you. This is the book of John, chapter 15. I'm going to start at verse 16. It says, ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you, and ordained you that ye should go and bring forth fruit, and that your fruit should remain, that whatsoever ye shall ask of the Father in my name, he may give it you. Right? So there you go. That just goes to show you the elect are called. You know, the what does it say? The many are called, but few are chosen.
Yeah.
Right. So it ain't of our own will that we're like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna seek after the Lord and start doing things that He wants. No, the Lord has called you. It's the Lord that's called you. Right. I'll even read it in the NLT because it's a little bit more direct. This is John chapter 15 verse 16. It says, you didn't choose me, I chose you. I appointed you to go and produce lasting fruit, so that the Father will give you whatever you ask for using my name. You know, again, that goes to show you how important the name is as well.
That's key, man.
You know?
That's it, man.
But yeah, I just wanted to bring that out because, you know, again, that just reconfirms that it isn't of our will, of our doing, you know, it's of the Lord. You know, the Lord has called us to be out here, you know, standing in front of a camera when we could be out here doing, you know, Lord knows what. But the Lord chose us out of this, and it's within our spirit that we want to come out here and please the Lord the best we can, especially in the times that we're coming into. You know, soon all hell and chaos is gonna sort of boil over, and we're just hoping that the Lord protects us in those times. You know, because ain't nobody going to be able to survive what's coming, you know, if you ain't got the protection of the Lord on you. You know, so it says, you know, I appointed you to go and produce lasting fruit. This is what we're doing. We're out here hoping that the elect hear the message, they come into the fold, they repent, they put their trust and their faith in the Lord, follow the commandments to the best of their ability, and that they be among the number that the Lord has chosen. Right? And it says, so that the Father will give you whatever you ask for using my name, and that's the name of Yahweh Shai. So we're calling on the Lord in the name of Yahweh Shai, that he protect us from the times that we're coming into. You know?
Yeah, man. You know, because you know, the like I said earlier, the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, man. You know, our weapon, one of our greatest weapons, is the fact that we have the name, we possess the name of the Lord, man, while everyone else is steady calling on Jesus to save them out of their troubles. They have yet to have their prayers answered. These people them prayers are falling on deaf ears, man, because there ain't no such thing as Jesus, man. False god, that is, an idol. This is 2 Corinthians 10, and I'll start at 3. It says, for though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through the Most High, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, to the pulling down of strongholds. So this is how we pull down strongholds, man. You know, these devils have a stronghold on our people through feminism, through, you know, different religions and holidays like Christmas and all that. These are strongholds on our people. So what we do is we use the Bible, which is the greatest weapon of all, man. We use the scriptures and show our people what the scriptures are really saying, and show them how it differs from what Christianity is teaching, man. Because Christianity never had the truth, and anybody that has any sort of wisdom about them, any sort of spiritual discernment, if they was to stop and actually really take in what we're teaching, you know, then they would come to the understanding that Christianity never had the truth, and that we have the truth, man. And when you're given the actual truth, the truth will set you free. So that's the weapons of our warfare, man.
Yeah, and just to add on top of that as well, one of the greatest strongholds that Christianity has on our people is teaching them that the name doesn't matter.
Yeah.
That Yahweh Shai's appearance doesn't matter. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, the truth matters. We have to worship the Lord in truth and in spirit.
In spirit, right? And in truth. That's it.
Exactly. So, you know, you have you have them. Christianity has our people calling on the, you know, JC. Yeah. You know, and that name has no meaning. There's no power in that name. But when you come under the correct name, Yahweh Shai, Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, there's power in the name, right?
Yeah.
And it says, I don't know if you're about to bring something out. I was going to give a quick precept.
Nah, that's cool, yeah.
So this is the book of Proverbs, chapter 18, verse 10. It says, the name of Yahweh is a strong tower. The righteous runneth into it and is safe. You know, you call on the name, I don't even like to use the name, but I'm just, for the sake of the video, Jesus. You know, Jesus, save me. You know, our people been calling on Jesus for far too long. Excuse my language, but far too long.
It is vexing.
And there's never been any comfort out of that name. Right. But when you call on the name of Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, look what's happened in the earth. The Lord has heard us. Yeah. You know, the Lord is coming back to deliver the elect.
He's bringing punishment upon our enemies. Look how they're reacting with this migrant crisis, man. Yeah. And that's just one part of their that's one little aspect of their kingdom falling, man. The Lord is sticking the knife in slow, and you still got our people trying to save Esau, feeling sorry for them. After all they done did to us, man, the Lord is giving them payback, and you don't want it. To hell with you 2/3, man. You're in the wrong spirit if you're feeling sorry for these devils, man.
Yeah, and if I could add as well, look what happened when they had the Haitian earthquake. You know, Esau Edom went over there, you know, Bill Clinton, Hillary Clinton went over to Haiti, robbed all that money.
Yep.
You know, was abducting their children.
Yeah.
And now the Lord has got it to where the Haitians are now, causing them chaos. You know, causing them grief, distress. Exactly. So
it's beautiful, man.
You know, the Lord is looking out for his people, man.
Yeah,
Call Allah Yahweh Shim
Shai, for real. You know, because, you know, these Haitians, they're coming over and just a few of them may have ate a cat or two or whatever, man. Big damn deal, man. You got children being blown up in Palestine all day long. Where's the outcry for that? These devils are something else, man. They you know, all their hatred is just fueled off of racism. That's all it's about. They, you know, like here in England, they were happy to let the Ukrainians in. They were opening their doors for the damn Ukrainians. But people with melanin in their skin, they don't get that same treatment, man. So to hell with these goddamn devils, man.
Yeah, look at the riots at the beginning of August. You know, they were trying to blame the Muslims and saying it's the immigrants are stealing our jobs.
Like, they're taking our jobs. They're taking everything. They're taking all our jobs and everything.
Who has taken your job?
The black ones, of course. And the Islamistan.
Right, okay.
The Islamistan, they're ruining our country.
So, you're just racist?
But listen, I am the least racist person in this country. I have a black dog. My favourite pair of shoes are black. And my toenails, they're black.
Why do they bother you?
Well, they're ruining our culture, our heritage. They're taking the lot. They're taking everything.
And what is your culture?
Well, the culture, Cornwall, fish and chips, King Henry VIII. That's our culture. And they're ruining the lot. They're bringing masala chicken. They're bringing banana rice. They're bringing in all of this disgustingness.
Still
any excuse to come against like melanated people, man. Yeah. Any excuse. These devils are, you know, you can count on them to be angry about something, when we're the ones that should be angry.
Yeah, we're the ones that should be angry. That's right. You know, but our people ain't angry enough. They've, you know, and that's partly due to Christianity, man. They've made you docile, okay? Loving your enemy, turn the other cheek. You ain't got no understanding of the scriptures, man. That's what they want you to believe. Although the scriptures do say that, but they're not teaching it the right way. You know what I mean? So they're making you think that these devils can just do whatever they want to you, and you just sit back and take it. Yes, massa. Yeah. Is we sick? Crazy, man. All right. It's the book of John, chapter 4, verse 22. Ye worship ye know not what. See, you people out there in Christianity, you don't even know what's going on. You claim you love Jesus. You don't even know who you worship, man. You worship the devil. If you're calling on Jesus, you're calling on the devil, man. Okay? Ye worship ye know not what. We know what we worship, right? For salvation is of the Jews, the real ones, man. The authentic, the organic. Not these GMO small hat wall humpers, man. Gutter rats. Okay? Claiming to be us. It says, but the hour cometh, and now is. Talking about the time we're living in now. You know. When the true worshippers shall worship the Father in spirit and in truth. So we're going to be in the right spirit. We're going to be in tune with the Spirit of the Lord. By wishing death upon our enemies, man. Not hugging our enemies and I forgive you. You killed my brother, but I love you. You know, man, we see too much of that among our people. You people have lost your damn minds, man. That's Jake suffering from mental illness, man.
Stockholm syndrome.
Stockholm syndrome. Damn right. That's crazy. It's a mental illness. People call us a hate group, hate preachers. To hell with you people, man. To hell with all you 2/3, man. It says, but the hour cometh, this is John 4 and 23, but the hour cometh and now is, when the true worshippers, not these people clapping and singing in the Christian church, the true worshippers shall worship the Father in spirit and in truth. This Bible says that the Yahweh Shai, his name's Yahweh Shai, right? It says Jesus, but that's because they put that in there, man. His name is Yahweh Shai when you go back to the Hebrew, man. That's his true name, and we're worshipping him, you know, in truth. It says, when true worshippers shall worship him, worship the Father in spirit and in truth, right? So he's a melanated man. He's not a so-called white man that looks like a damn hippie with long hair, okay? Long hair is against the scriptures, man. How dare they put the Savior as being, having leprosy and long hair? And you ain't offended by that? Crazy as hell, man. Half you people watching this video probably got that image on your damn wall to this day, even after knowing that he was a so-called black man. Let me start that again. John 4:23. But the hour cometh, and now is, when the true worshippers shall worship the Father in spirit and in truth, for the Father seeketh such to worship him. This is who the Lord is seeking to worship him. He doesn't want you coming to him and calling him Jesus, man. That's taking the Lord's name in vain. That's a big sin right there, man. That's one of the 10 commandments. Thou shalt not take the Lord's name in vain. You think it's because we say God damn. God damn, God damn. That ain't saying the Lord's name in vain. You people are retarded, man. God is a title, it's not his name. And when you go back into the Hebrew before it was translated into English, okay, when you go back into the Hebrew, where it says thou shalt not take the Lord's name in vain, it means don't take his name for nothing. Don't treat his name like it's unimportant. You can't call him Yo Play Yogurt Nate. Okay, that's what it's talking about. People like Bishop Nathaniel, they're the ones using the Lord's name in vain, calling him Most High in Christ bless. The hell is a Most High in Christ bless? Your prayers ain't gonna be heard either. And you're gonna find that out in Jacob's trouble, man. Or you IUIC followers, man. So verse 24, I'll close it out here. John 4:24. Yahweh Shim Yahushai is a spirit, and they that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth. So your spirit has to be in tune with the Spirit of the Lord, man. You have to have the Holy Spirit on you, okay? And half of you clapping and singing in the church and freaking out, shaking, thinking you caught the Holy Ghost. You ain't got the Holy Spirit. You got a demon on you, man. This is the book of Ephesians chapter 6. I'm going to start at verse 10. Finally, my brethren, the brethren are the elect, okay? Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of Yahweh Shim Yahushai, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil, meaning the deceptions of this damn devil, when he tries to put the juice in your veins. You know, if you lean upon what the scriptures say, you ain't gonna fall for him, man. You know? Scriptures say never trust thine enemy. Haven't we learned from the Tuskegee experiment? So therefore, why the hell would you line up and allow this man to experiment on you, man?
Yeah, well, one thing I will say about that as well, you gotta understand, like, you have enemies. You could be the nicest person out there, but there are just natural enemies to you out there, you know? You think about the animal kingdom, right? You know, the, what do they call it? Is it the deer? You know, that, you know, he's a simple creature. He just roaming the fields, eating the grass, just living his life. But he has a natural predator, the lion. You know, they're always on the hunt for these creatures, right?
Don't matter how nice you are, they're made not to like you.
Exactly. Now you got to understand, when they were like offering that juice, look at the tactics they were trying to use to get people to take it, especially our people. Oh, you get the free burger. Oh, we'll give you lottery tickets, you know. Yeah. Oh, you know, you could win an all expensive paid cruise to the Mediterranean, you know what I mean? They were trying all kinds of tactics. You got to ask yourself, why were they trying so hard, like, to get people on board with this thing, you know?
Especially us, we were the main target.
Yeah, the man even said it out of his own mouth. You know, we want to make sure we target the poorer communities, that they can, you know, especially the blacks, the Hispanics, and the Native Americans in that term, and that's the terms that we use. Yep. You know, when we're identifying our people who are the true Israelites today.
The pandemic, has disproportionately impacted on blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. Impacted on blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. Impacted on blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, who are about 4 times as likely to be hospitalized and nearly 3 times more likely to die from the COVID-19 pandemic than white Americans.
But, here in the United States, really, it's going to be Black people who really should get it first, and many Indigenous people, as well as people with underlying symptoms, and then elderly people. They're the ones who all deserve to get that vaccine first.
Bioengineered pathogens are being created to eliminate ethnic groups, such as Blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, to eliminate ethnic groups, such as Blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans.
They said it out of their own mouth. That's how we know that these damn devils are watching us, man. And they're trying to cause us to go off, man. They want to wipe us out. You know, you gotta have your wisdom about you, and you get the wisdom from these scriptures.
Yeah, the scriptures say, be sober, be vigilant, for your adversary. Do you want to grab that real quick?
Yeah, come on.
Your adversary rolling around like a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour. Keyword may devour. The simple ones. The ones that ain't got the armor, man. I'm gonna read it right here, man. This is the book of Ephesians, and I'm gonna continue where I was, chapter 6. I'll start at verse 11. It says, "Put on the whole armor of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil," that meaning the tricks of the devil, you know, their deception, man. It says, "For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers," right, these elites, "against the rulers of darkness in this world." Okay, these Rockefellers, man, these elites. Your enemy is not these bloody migrants coming over here and making your life uncomfortable. They're not your enemy. That's not what we're wrestling against. But you got so many simpletons that can't see past their own racism, their deep-rooted racism. So they ignore what the government is doing, but they'll get mad at the Haitians or whatever. I can't stand them. Yeah, they need to get out of our country. Idiots, man. It says against. Let me read that again. Ephesians 6 and 12. "Who wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places." And that's Esau, Edom, man, the damn devil that the Bible speaks of, because they are in high places right now, man. Not only are they in the skyscrapers in high rises, but they're in high places in this earth, man. They have the fatness of the earth. They're in the governments and they have seats in the UN, in the EU and all that, man. These people are the ones ruling over you. Who else has the power to lock down a whole planet like that? You know what I mean? It ain't the Haitians coming over. It ain't the Venezuelans. Okay, you need to understand who your real enemy is, man. They're not the ones. Even when Jake was looting the shops, right? Now all of a sudden no one talks about that anymore because they're not putting it in your face. These are the wiles of the devil, the tricks of the devil. He uses his media to manipulate your mind. Esau is very good at using psychology against you people, man. But you gotta be wise. You gotta have some sort of wisdom about you to peep what's going on and guard yourself from that, man. Do you want to bring out what you got real quick?
Yeah, this is the book of 1 Peter chapter 5 verse 8. It says, "Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour."
That's
right?
it.
So, you know, he's constantly on the lookout, right? So when you think about the animal kingdom, you got the lions. They always look for the weaker prey, right? They don't go after the strong buck that can escape them. No, they look for the ones that are not fully developed yet, you know, not fully there. Right, that's who the devil's seeking after. But you weak-minded people that are just stuck watching the news, buying into the Esau's media, and like believing all his stories, you're the weak ones.
Yeah.
You know, because you can't see it for yourself. You know what I mean? You can't use wisdom because you have no wisdom. Wisdom's been stripped from you.
Yeah.
And you get wisdom from these scriptures. You know.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, let me read it in the NLT.
Yeah.
Right, because again, the NLT makes it a little bit more plain and direct, right? So this is 1 Peter chapter 5 verse 8 in the NLT, and it says, "Stay alert." You know, stay alert.
Yeah.
You know, watch out for your great enemy, the devil, He prowls around like a roaring lion looking for someone to devour. It's the same thing, right? But it's more direct, because the first part of that, when we were saying in the King James Version, it says, be sober, be vigilant. But in the NLT, it says, stay alert and watch out for your great enemy, the devil, right? And that's why we make these lessons, to warn you. Like, look, this devil is out here doing his tricks, and he's getting ready to move. You can't feel it in the spirit, you can't see it, then you're in trouble. Like, you have no idea how much trouble you're in at the moment.
Yeah.
Esau's getting ready to move. This whole thing is stirring up.
Yeah.
Before you know it, hey, it's go time.
Yeah, man. I got a preset right here on that, because you got to be wise in these end times. You got to be sober, you got to be vigilant, and that goes into being prudent, right? Scriptures also say, a prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself. You gotta be wise in these times we're living in, man, because these are serious times, man. A lot of you don't even know you're at war. You're just sitting on the couch watching football, waiting for the slaughter. So it says in Isaiah 33:6, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of Yahweh is his treasure. So, wisdom and knowledge is what's going to keep you stable in these times. And you're going to need stability in the times we're coming into, man. Because there's so much out here that can make you lose your mind. I can't pay my bills. Everything keeps going up. What am I going to do? You got to understand why this is happening first. Okay? You also got to understand, that the Lord this is all part of the Lord's plan, and he's going to protect his elect. So in order for you to be protected from what's coming, you need to cleave to this wisdom. It's going to keep you stable. Knowledge and wisdom is going to keep you stable, and it also says it's the strength of your salvation. If you want to be saved, that's what salvation is, right? Because a lot of you in the Christian church, you think you're saved already, man. You're going to realize you wasn't saved when you see what's coming, because you're steady waiting on some rapture that ain't going to happen because it's not biblical, okay? And then you're going to be deceived because you don't have the knowledge, sitting waiting on a rapture or an antichrist. You're crazy, man. So wisdom and knowledge is going to be your stability. It says, shall be the stability of thy times and strength of salvation. So you want to be saved, you're going to need knowledge and wisdom, which comes from what the prophets are bringing out, the true gospel. It says the fear of Yahweh is his treasure. So the fear of the Lord is what we lean upon, man. What keeps us striving for knowledge and wisdom, okay? Because if we didn't have fear of the Lord, then if we didn't treasure fear in the Lord, if we didn't hold on to that dearly and understand the value of that, then we would be lazy. We would get careless, man. We might be out here joining these people in the world and doing what they do, saying, the Lord's taking his time. This ain't the time. He's gonna come. I know the Bible says he's gonna come at the end, but we ain't in the end yet. That's the mindset you'll have, and you end up getting destroyed like a thief in the night, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it says if the Lord cometh as a thief in the night. So those people that will be affected by that is the ones that are not paying attention to the times that we're in. The ones that are vigilant, keeping their eyes on everything, being circumspect. They're seeing that these things are about to boil over, and they're trying to warn the people. It's like from an analogy standpoint. You stood in the road and you see a 18-wheeler speeding towards you uncontrollably, just going faster than it should, and you're stood in the road arguing, no, we're not in those times yet. And we're sitting and standing there saying, look, get out the road, there's a big Mack truck coming at you full speed, get out the road. And you're like, nah, you can't tell me what to do. Nah, I believe the road, like, if I'm okay here, I'm okay here. And then before you know it, splat. That's where we're at right now.
Yeah, man. Because a lot of you Israelites are in La La Land, man. You really don't understand the times you're living in.
Even some of the Israelites that are in, like, that understand they're Israelites.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got these camps like the IUIC teaching their congregation all kinds of madness.
Yeah, man, and they actually believe in it, which is crazy, man. It's crazy that they actually, but it just shows the power of the Lord. You know, the fact that they believe these lies, man. And you can easily see that they're lies, but these people are none the wiser, man. They don't have any sort of wisdom about them. So they ain't got the strength that they ain't gonna receive salvation, man. Ezekiel 12 and 27, this is explaining the mindset of a lot of you jakes, you 2/3 jakes out there, man. It says, Son of man, behold, they of the house of Israel say, the vision that he seeth is for many days to come, and he prophesieth of the times that are far off. So they think it ain't gonna happen in our lifetime. I've actually heard people say that to my face. And I'm like, how dumb can you be? Can you not see the times you're living in and understand that it's time to get ready, time to get right? You're at war right now, man. Like this is all about the end, and you're steady here voting for it to continue, striving against the Lord.
Yeah, saying stuff like we all have to come together to stop the power of the elites. You know, we can do this. The people have the power.
Yeah.
Like, no, you don't.
Yeah. The voice of the people. If we all unite, you know, that image where, you know, you got like one man getting beat by the slave master, and then you see more coming and standing up. And then eventually they overcome the slave master or whatever, you know. There's many different types of images like that. Hey man, don't let that fool you, okay? They like to keep you, they like to give you false hope that if you guys unite, you can beat us. They know damn well that ain't gonna happen, and they know damn well that that's not the way that you can beat them. They've had years of an advantage over us, man, and funding their militaries and all that. You ain't beating shit.
Yeah, you don't think their think tanks have already thought about every possible avenue to stop the people from rising up?
Yeah.
You know, one of the main avenues that they're even looking at now is depopulation. You know, keep the population under a certain level, you know, to make it more manageable.
Yeah, you ain't free, man. This is a prison planet. Okay?
Yeah, you ain't. Oh, sorry.
Micah 2 and 10, this is not your rest. Go ahead.
Yeah, you ain't gonna stand up against the elites if you ain't had nothing to eat for the last, you know, couple of weeks. You know, you're gonna be too weak. They just gonna feed all their soldiers, their troops,
yeah, man,
and send the UN troops after you. You think them UN troops give a damn about the citizens of you know, Britain or America? They don't.
they'll get you so weak and skinny that a damn transgender troop will come and beat your ass.
And then take it.
You just fucking slap you down like it's nothing.
Oh gosh.
Let me read that again, man. Ezekiel 12 and 27. Son of man, behold, they of the house of Israel, these 2/3 wicked ass niggas, man, and the nigger woman, N-dub. They of the house of Israel say, the vision that he seeth, talking about these prophecies that we're prophesying about, Jacob's trouble, famine, lawlessness, martial law, FEMA camps. The vision that he seeth is for many days to come, the MOTB. It says, and he prophesieth of times that are far off, because they don't have any wisdom, man. And that's going to be their downfall. Verse 28, right? Ezekiel 12 and 28. Therefore, say unto them, thus saith Yahweh power. It says, there shall none of my words be prolonged anymore, but the word which I have spoken shall be done, saith Yahweh power. So this is why you're seeing everything happen back to back to back in these times we're living in, man. You're seeing World War III, you're seeing a new damn disease pop up every 2 minutes. Migrant crisis, inflation, earthquakes, man, so many things, but it's all prophecy. This is because the Lord is intervening now. He's no longer holding his tongue. He's been very patient with us, And now it's the time of judgment. So he's going to gather together the ones that he's going to save, and he's like, to hell with the rest of them. Their life was in vain.
Yeah, the Lord's coming to visit the world which he made, you know.
Yep. This is the book of Proverbs 29 and 18. It says, where there is no vision, the people perish. So, you know, if you can't see what's going on, you ain't got any wisdom about you to understand what you got to do to get right, and your mindset is, I gotta vote, I gotta get out there and vote for Kamala or Trump, because a lot of our people that hated Trump, said he was racist, now all of a sudden they're having a change of heart, because they're looking at him as their only hope, their only the last resort. So they're like, all right, well, he'll do, you know, maybe he's not that bad, you know, he was better than Biden. And they actually think that by voting for Trump, that, you know, that's gonna make things better, man. So where there is no vision, you don't have the vision of what's, you know, what really needs to be done to fix this place. Where there is no vision, the people perish, but he that keepeth the law, happy is he. That goes into wisdom and knowledge being the stability of our times, man. Okay? Because us that keep the law, which you Christians don't do, okay, we have the truth, okay. It says, but he that keepeth the law, happy is he. We're stable, okay. We're rejoicing at the downfall of these devils. We ain't joining in the same mindset as them. We gotta save America. What's happening in the world? Oh my God, it's so bad, it's so terrible, man. Who cares, man? Yeah, bills go up a little bit, might have to work a little bit harder, man. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps, man. It ain't that bad. You're still able to eat, still got a roof over your head. A lot of you love to live beyond your means, that's the problem.
Yeah, these Christians, they want to save America. It reminds me of that that slave mentality spirit. Hey, masters, we sick? You know, we want to, you know, they want to make sure master's good. You know, why would you want to save the place that's enslaved your people, destroyed you mentally, kept you in chains, gives you the least assistance possible, you know, and tell you that you're lazy, even though, you know, a lot of the slaves built up the country, you know, and you want to defend it. You should be rejoicing that your enemies are falling right now. You know, they give you the bare minimum and then tell you that you're lazy, and you want to, you know, be rejoiced, like you want to come together with these people to try and save them. Nah, man, like the scriptures say, there be 9 things. I'm
just getting it now.
Yeah, yes. You know, exactly. Look, that's the spirit, you know.
I was just digging for that. So it says in Sirach 25:7, there be 9 things which I have judged in mine heart to be happy, and the 10th I will utter with my tongue. A man that have joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy.
There we go. That's the mindset you should be in as an Israelite, someone that follows the Lord, Yahweh, and Yahweh Shai. You know, you should be rejoicing right now at the downfall of this wicked society.
Yep.
Because that means that a righteous kingdom will be established where everything, you know, is going to be blessed and beautiful, you know, and the enemies are going into slavery. You should be happy with that.
And that's how you worship the Lord in spirit and in truth, being in tune with the Holy Spirit, man. We don't want to be equal with our enemy, and that's the problem with a lot of you jakes, man. You just want equality. You just want to live in harmony with these people. Why can't we all get along? To hell with these devils, man. They don't deserve us to be equal with them, man. They will never be equal with us anyway. They weren't created that way. They were created, you're the lamb and they're the lion, okay? They ain't your friend. They want to eat you, okay? You just haven't figured it out yet. All right, this is the book of 2 Chronicles, chapter 9 and verse 7. Happy are thy men, and happy are these thy servants, which stand continually before thee, and hear thy wisdom. That's us, man. We're the servants that stand continually before the Lord, bringing out this word, man. We're either doing it on our phones at home, you know, in our bedroom or whatever. We're doing it online, you know, doing it through different social media platforms. But this is a form of standing before the Lord and doing his work, being a servant, okay? So let me read that from the top again, because it says that we're happy. We have the knowledge and wisdom of what's going on in this world. You know, our mind is set free. The scriptures say, you shall know the truth and the truth shall make you free. Obviously, you're not free in this world. We're still in the land of our captivities. But it means set your mind free. It means you're going to be at peace. You ain't going to be panicking and complaining and stuff like the rest of these people, man. We know what's going on. and we have a joy inside us that can't be expressed, man. So it says in 2 Chronicles 9 and 7, happy are thy men, us, teaching out on the highways and hedges and doing what we do, you know. Happy are thy men, and happy are these thy servants, right? So the Lord's men are his servants. It says, which stand continually before thee and hear thy wisdom. Knowledge and wisdom is our stability. Just like I brought out earlier, man, in Isaiah 33 and 6, I believe, yeah. So there you have it, another precept to that, right? You know, having this knowledge is a gift, it's a rare treasure, man, okay?
You know, just to switch it up a bit, in other news, we have, you know, what's going on over in Russia right now. You know, you have reports that Ukraine is requesting that they be allowed to use ballistic missiles or long-range weapons to strike inside of Russia, in the heart of Russia, you know.
That's a dangerous game.
That's a very dangerous game. And it's like, you know, they've requested, I believe it's from the UK, Canada and America, they've requested the permission. Now, the UK, Canada and America, aka Babylon, they're sort of coming to an agreement, or they're sort of deliberating right now whether they should give them the green light. Now, if that decision is made and they're given the green light, yeah, you can use ballistic missiles. Putin's already come out and said, like, look, if you agree to this, then basically you've now officially stepped into the war, basically stepped into waging war on Russia. So you now be a viable target, you know.
Russia told the United Nations today that if the West allows Ukraine to conduct long-range strikes, then Russia will be at war with NATO, the United States, and Europe. Now, Biden and Starmer are expected to call his bluff today as they're set to approve long-range strikes. And this, as some say, Russia can't even handle the poorest country in Europe right now. They've lost nearly 600,000 troops. And so European leaders have been laughing off the threat for the most part, and Poland saying it's unserious.
So that means that the, Europe is not off limits, because NATO includes all them European nations, you know, all them European countries. So it says if NATO gets involved, you know, they're in breach of waging war on Russia. So any target is viable. So that means England could be hit with missiles. You know, that means Germany or France, Spain, all of them places can be hit with missiles, right? And Putin's already said, like, you know, if you try and back him into a corner, he ain't going out without pressing that red button. You know, that red button, he will press it. Yep. Obviously, we know from the scriptures that ultimately that will happen, you know, and all them nukes will be fired on America.
This is Dabu 7. We have the Kremlin releasing fresh statements following the ones that they released in terms of a nuclear strike happening. They now have their ambassador to the United States making comments in regards to the American people. And they're talking about what will happen here if Biden was to jump on board with everyone wanting to use long-range weapons deep inside of Russia. And this ambassador is saying that the American people in their leadership are under illusion. They seem to think that if there is a conflict, it will not spread to the territory of the United States. But to me, that's a pretty ominous warning. It seems it's exactly where they will take it. And this ambassador continues by stressing that Americans can't hide from nuclear war if the unthinkable happens. We just had Vladimir Putin, his closing statement was that there will be no winners. Not them. Not once has he said, we will win. They keep repeatedly saying, we're all going to get wiped out if this was to pop off. But when they're making these comments that the American people are just sitting there basically in a dream, in dreamland, maybe everyone better wake up. It seems we're on the doorstep of big events.
The people that speak for Putin, you know, these Russian ambassadors or whatever, you know, they've even come out and had viral videos going around where they're saying that if they feel threatened by NATO and the EU and Ukraine or whatever, and America, but these Western nations, if they feel threatened by them, like feel like they're losing the war, or they start bombing their country or whatever with long-range ballistic missiles, okay, then they said that they said that the whole world will die.
Official nuclear doctrine. Russia would launch a strategic nuclear strike against the United States and all the NATO countries as soon as we witness the launch of Western missiles, no matter how armed they are, against our territories. And then the whole planet will die.
That's the talk of a madman, you know what I mean? But we understand from the scriptures that, you know, it ain't gonna be, you know, I mean, the elect are gonna be, you know, delivered from that. But, you know, again, you know, these are the times that we're coming into, and we can see it unfolding rapidly, you know, and it says in the scriptures that this is what's gonna happen.
Yeah,
you know,
they're gonna press that button.
And I think if you think about NATO ain't really, you know, that's the whole European country. So countries like Spain, they're not really active in this whole thing. You don't really hear much about Spain. But could you imagine, like, America gives them that authorization now because Spain is part of NATO. Russia then bombs Spain. You think Spain's gonna be happy about that? Like, America, why did you push this?
Yeah,
you know.
It says the least of the flock. Scriptures say the least of the flock shall draw them out, right? And that's these small hats in our land right now, parading themselves around as being us. You know what I mean? Because everybody wants to be us. But everybody want to be a nigga, but don't want nobody want to be a nigga. Forget where I heard that from.
Paul Mooney.
They just, yeah, that's it. Paul Mooney or whatever. Or Dave Chappelle. But, it's funny. But that's true. That's a true statement, man. They don't want to partake in the curses, but everybody want to be us. They just don't want the hardship that comes with that. You know what I mean? You got anything else?
Yeah. So just speaking on you know, these times that we're coming into, right? The scriptures even say that, you know. Matter of fact, I'll bring it out. This is the book of Acts, chapter 2, verse 17, and it says, "And it shall come to pass in the last days." Now we know that we're in the last days. Everything that's kicking off at the moment, we're in the last days. Whether you agree with that or not, it doesn't matter. We're in the last days, right? We'll start from the top. So Acts 2 and 17, it says, "And it shall come to pass in the last days, saith the Most High, I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy, and your young men shall see visions, and your old man shall dream, or your old men shall dream dreams." Now we've noticed through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai that there's a lot of people that are having visions, having dreams of seeing America being destroyed. You know, they're seeing these visions of the MOTB system being implemented, people being snatched up. You know, there was a Christian guy who was saying about the rapture. I mean, he was a bit off on what he was saying, but he was saying that basically, you know, you had the people that don't agree with the MOTB and refuse the micro-CHIP, and they fled into the wilderness. They fled into the forest and you know, to get away from society, right? But what was happening is they had the drones flying over scanning, and it was directing the martial law troopers, or the FEMA troopers, or whatever you want to call it, that were being like leading themselves to the people that were trying to duck it. And it was like they were being executed on site if they didn't accept it, you know? So it's like, this is the times that we're coming into. Our you know, sons and daughters are having visions. They're seeing these things, right? You know, and I'm sure there's some brothers out there with testimonies that said, look, I had a crazy dream. I know I have, years ago, and I can remember it as clear as day. You know, I was stood in a city, and I was stood next to, like, there was a one of those SAM surface to air missile systems, the SAM sites, and I remember standing there. It was at nighttime, right? And you could see the city. I was like on a dock somewhere, and right across the dock, it's like a river, and then you could see the city on the other side. And I was stood next to one of those SAM sites, and I remember hearing a rumble in the sky. It was like sounded like I don't know, like a jet taking off or something. It was like a deep rumble, and I heard this thing beep behind me, beep, and then next thing you know,
oh yeah,
the missile, the missile shot, and it went after this. It looked like a ballistic missile that was just coming in, and the missile went to hit it, and it missed, completely missed, and then the missile went over and it hit the city, and it literally blew up the city. You know, this nuclear missile went off in the city, and as the shockwave was coming, that's when I woke up out of my sleep, because it was terrifying. I just watched the whole entire city just turn to nothing. It was crazy.
My son had a dream also about the end times, and he said that missiles were hitting this city he was in, and he remembers seeing big boulders caving people's heads in, raining down on people, man. Like great hail, you know. But it was he said it was from buildings being blown up. Those boulders were flying up in the air and then raining down on people, and they were just caving people's heads in and stuff, man. And everyone was running crazy, panicking and stuff. So, you know, a lot of people having dreams and visions, man, because it's part of end time prophecy. Also backing up the fact that we are in the end times. This is it, you know. So, being that you are now seeing all these signs letting you know what time we're in, what kind of mindset should you be in? Should you be in the mindset of starting a business, building a house? You know,
we're gonna build an Israelite community.
We're gonna travel the world. You know,
we're gonna do the Ruach challenge into the kingdom.
Now you should be focusing all your energy on getting right, getting on the Lord's good side, finding out His name, that strong tower. Okay. I want to read because you were speaking about earlier about you know, this Putin gonna push that button. There's nothing anyone could do to stop it because it's biblical prophecy. So it don't matter what we do, this war is going to escalate. It's not gonna die down. There's not gonna be no peace talks, and then all the countries come to some resolution. And then, how retarded can you be to think that? Because you gotta think with a sober mind. Like this is only gonna get worse and worse and worse until it's right down your doorstep. You know, it's gonna spiral out of control, man. So I want to read 2nd Ezra's chapter 16. I'm gonna start at verse 2. It says, "Gird up yourselves." In fact, I might as well start at 1, man. Just read the whole thing, because there's a lot on this relating to the times we're living in. This is why they hid the Apocrypha from you. The word Apocrypha means hidden books. So these are the hidden books, basically, right? It says, "Woe," 2nd Ezra 16, starting at 1. "Woe unto thee, Babylon and Asia, China and America." It says, "Woe be unto thee, Egypt and Syria." Let me start that again. "Gird up yourselves with cloths of sack and hair. Bewail your children and be sorry." So this is the mindset you should be in. You should be taking these times serious, because your children are getting ready to either starve to death, be taken by some perverts. Like, say you was to die before your children because you're out there trying to get food for your family, you end up getting killed in the streets. Now your children are at home alone,
Unprotected.
unprotected. Where how come mummy and daddy never came back, not knowing that you died out there on a mission to help them? And now you got some pervert roaming in your house doing what they want with your kids, killing your kids, whatever, man. Listen, man, ugly times we're coming into, man, and you lot ain't taking it serious. So it says, gird up yourselves with cloths of sack and hair. That means to be, like we got right here, this is considered sackcloth. This is why we wear this. It's basically a symbolic of us being in the house of mourning. We're mourning right now. We're not in a house of mirth. We're not making plans to have a bright future in this world, man. We're preparing for misery and sorrow and death, and to be as pilgrims upon the earth, man. We're getting ready to lose our comfortability. We're getting ready to give up everything we have. I have a very comfortable home right now. I'm getting ready to let all that go because I count all things as dung. I don't care about that little cardboard box, man. If I get the kingdom, we're talking about mansions, planets. To hell with these little boxes that we're living in that we call home, man. We're royalty and we deserve royalty, man. And we're gonna get that if we do what we're supposed to do, okay? We fulfill our mission here. So gird up yourself with cloths of sack and hair, bewail your children, and be sorry. For your destruction is at hand. Just like we've been prophesying and telling you, your destruction is coming really soon. It's almost here, man. A sword is sent upon you, and who may turn it back? These elites have waged war on us because they know that they don't have long left to rule, pursuant to Revelations 12 and 12, man. It says, plagues are sent unto you, and what is he that may drive them away? May any man drive away a hungry lion in the woods? Or may anyone quench the fire in stubble when it have begun to burn? May one turn again the arrow that is shot of a strong archer? So these things are rhetorical questions, meaning there's nothing you can do to change the direction of what's happening. You can't beat biblical prophecy, man. You ain't gonna vote for Kamala and Trump to save America. America is prophesied to be destroyed, and you can see it happening. You can see it coming, man. If you have any sort of wisdom and spiritual discernment about you, okay? It says, the mighty Lord sendeth the plagues. So these are sent of the Lord. It's not the devil. We gotta pray that the Lord fights the devil. This is the mindset you Christians are in, man. Because you err not knowing the scriptures. You don't know what you worship, man. We know what we worship. We know what's going on, man. Our mind is free. So 2 Ezra 16 and 8, the mighty Lord sendeth the plagues, these things that are happening, World War III and all that. And who is he that can drive them away? A fire shall go forth from his wrath, and who is he that may quench it? He shall cast lightnings, and who shall not fear? He shall thunder, and who shall not be afraid? The Lord shall threaten, and who shall not be utterly beaten to powder at his presence? So when the Lord comes in them chariots, you're going to see a lot of Esau's armies, the armies of this world, the militaries of this world are going to come before the Lord, and he's going to beat them to powder. They're going to be turned into dust and the smell of smoke. The scriptures speak on that, man. It says, the earth quaketh, and the foundations thereof, the sea ariseth up with waves from the deep, and the waves of it are troubled, and the fishes thereof also before the Lord and before the glory of his power. It says, for strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow, right? And the bow is talking about is these nuclear missiles, man. These ICBMs. For strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow. His arrows that he shooteth are sharp, meaning they're ripe and ready to do what they're meant to do on the day of the Lord, man. And shall not miss when they begin to be shot to the ends of the world. So Putin is going to press that button. It's just we're just counting down the days until that day. It's already set in stone. The plagues are sent, and who is he that can turn them back? Ain't no peace negotiation coming to stop what's getting ready to happen. So therefore, you need to be in the mindset we're in and get your shit together, man. And we'll read 13 again. 2 Ezra 16 and 13. For strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow, and his arrows that he shooteth are sharp, and shall not miss when they began to be shot to the ends of the world. So obviously that's talking about nukes, because you can't shoot a bow and arrow to the end of the world, man. The arrows that this scripture is talking about is them nukes. They're going to be shot to the ends of the world. They're going to shoot them missiles back and forth, and they're ripe and ready because they're sharp. The arrows that he shooteth are sharp. They're ready. It says, behold, the plagues are sent. Verse 14. 2 Ezra 16:14. Behold, the plagues are sent, and shall not return again until they come upon the earth. The fire is kindled, and shall not be put out till it consume the foundation of the earth. Like as an arrow which is shot of a mighty archer returneth not backward, even so the plagues that shall be sent upon the earth shall not return again. And that's what's getting ready to happen, man. Them nukes are going to be shot, and there's nothing anyone can do to stop that. So therefore, the wisest thing for you to do is stock up on knowledge and wisdom and the fear of the Lord, man. That's our treasure. Knowledge and wisdom will be the stability of our times and the strength of salvation. Isaiah 33 and 6, man. You know?
Yeah, and just to touch on something you brought out earlier, you were saying that basically you have a comfortable home, and you count it all as dung, right? The scriptures say, this is Matthew, the book of Matthew, chapter 6, verse 19. It says, and it's red letter, so it's Yahweh Shai that's speaking. It says, lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust doth corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal, right? So you've got all these trinkets, right? You got this big old house, you got all these possessions that you've worked, hard for. You got to count it as dung. People can break into your house and steal those things, right? You can, buy a classic car, and if you don't, keep up with the maintenance, it'll rust, and things just corrupt. Things ain't meant to last in his kingdom. I'm gonna keep reading. This is Matthew 6 and 20. It says, but lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal. Like the treasure is this wisdom, right? You know how much knowledge and wisdom, like how much treasure there is in these scriptures, to understand what's coming, to understand what you need to do during those times when trouble's about.
But you got a lot of people that think this is just a book of fairy tales.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, all right, cool.
Yeah, calling on the name, getting the correct name of the Lord. The Spirit, revealing the name of the Lord unto you when you seek Him in being genuine. Genuine and in truth. You seek the Lord, and then the Spirit comes upon you. You see the teachers, and then you get the correct name. And now you have the name, which is a strong tower. You know who to pray to. It says, verse 21. It says, for where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. Right? So your mind's going to be focused on the Lord. When you're going through hell, you're going to understand, because it says in the scriptures, the things that were written aforetime were written for our learning. Now, when you're in a low state, you think about Job, the story of Job, where Job went through hell, but he didn't forsake the Lord. He kept praying, he kept fasting, he kept calling on the Lord. And then look, the Lord increased him at the end. All these things are going to come upon you. Job is probably one of my favorite books in the scriptures, because of what Job went through. He, no matter what the Lord put him through, or the Lord allowed Satan to put him through, Job never folded. He kept his integrity. He kept, you know what I mean? Like you get good stories, like, from the scriptures, you get a good understanding of how you should act. When we're brought to a low state, when Esau's coming in as a flood, and he's, forcing you to either accept the micro C hip or be beheaded. Hey, look, unto death. I follow the Lord. Because I know that crown of life is coming after that.
And you'll never develop that kind of strength and faith and courage if you don't read, if you don't know these scriptures, man. If you don't know the truth.
Yeah, and that's why we say, you know, store up the treasures in heaven. Like, don't worry about the stuff of this world. This is all Esau's inventions. You know, the Lord's got something better planned for you. You know, everything you lost on this side, you know, you stay true to the Lord and you stick with the Lord, you're gonna get it back 100-fold.
Yeah, you're gonna be rewarded, man.
Exactly.
Like, big time.
Yeah, so for, you know, so forsake all of the stuff that you have on this side, because it's for nothing. When it all breaks, you know, when all hell breaks loose and you ain't got no food in the cupboard, you ain't gonna really care about that one of a kind classic car that you bought. You know what I mean? You worked hard for, and you was able to buy that supreme car that's very rare. You know what I mean? You know, you ain't gonna be able to eat that, are you? So you ain't really gonna care about it. You'd probably sell it to be able to be in a position to buy some food. It wouldn't be that important to you, you know? But these scriptures are very important.
That's it. Any more you bringing up? Or?
No, you good.
Yeah. All right, this is the book of Philippians. Okay, you'll see where I'm going with this. Chapter 3, in verse 7, it says, "But what things were gained to me, those I counted lost for Hamashiach." Okay, for the Lord, Yahushua, man. So basically, for this gospel, you know, the things that were a gain to us, like our comfortability, our home, our job, whatever, man, your status in this world, hey, for the Lord's sake, we count it as dung. We count it as a loss, okay? Because we know what's coming, and we know we're getting ready to lose all that anyway, especially if we follow the Lord. We ain't gonna give in and take the MOTB, okay? We're not gonna take the mark of the beast, okay? We know what's coming, and we're in the right mindset to reject that and count all things as loss, right? And it says in verse 8, right? Philippians 3:8, yeah, doubtless, and I count all things but loss for the excellency of the knowledge of Hamashiach Yahushai, my Lord, for whom I have suffered the loss of all things, and do count them but dung, that I may win Hamashiach. So that's the mindset you got to be in, man. You know, you got to be in the mindset of giving up all these things that you've gained, this status, this money, this wealth in this world for what's to come, to follow the Lord. You got to, you know, pick up your cross and follow the Lord, man. And this is Mark chapter 8, verse 34. It says, "And when he had called the people unto him with his disciples also, he said unto them, Whosoever will come after me, let him deny himself, and take up his cross, and follow me. For whosoever will save his life shall lose it, but whosoever shall lose his life for the sake of the gospel, the same shall save it." So if you give up your life for the sake of the truth, to follow the Lord, you have that much faith, you display that much faith that you're willing to give up your home and follow the Lord, you know, because they say, all right, we'll keep you comfortable, you can keep your house, you just gotta bow down to the image of the beast, right? But you say, man, F the beast, take me to jail, throw away the key, right? Then you know, you're gonna get rewarded for that, because that displays great faith, you know, and that's what the Lord is looking for, man. That's the kind of faith the Lord is looking for. So it says, I'm gonna read 35 again. "For whosoever shall save his life shall lose it, but whosoever shall lose his life for my sake and for the gospel's, the same shall save it." Verse 36, Mark 8 and 36, "For what shall it profit a man if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul?" And that's Esau Edom, man. He's got the fatness of the earth. He's gained the whole world, and he still can't have enough. But the Lord, what profit is that if the Lord's going to take away his soul? Meaning this man's getting ready to go into extinction. So what was it all for? What was it all worth, man? You're going to leave by a crappy legacy and then be out of here. You're going into slavery, and then you're getting eradicated from the earth. So what was it all for, Esau? What was it all for, you so-called elites? Joke's on you, man. We're the ones that are gonna get the last laugh. This is the winning team. These elites are through. This kingdom is through, and you don't want to go down with it. Because if you invest in this place, especially in the times we're living in, then you deserve to go down with it, man. All right, so we're going to wrap it up here. Lord willing, you've been edified through this lesson. All right, we're going to face the east, give all honor, praise, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak, Radash. All right, Shalom.
Shalom.